I want to see if I can crochet myself a fun little top for my holiday. This is my crochet graveyard where all of my old crochet pieces go to die, basically. So I've been crocheting for a couple of years. Some of the things that I have made, not so great. Some of the things I've made, the fit has not been good. The color choices I've used have been questionable, and I hate wasting yarn, so I will basically keep everything in this giant bin bag, this graveyard of mine, and hopefully at some point revisit it and either fix it, frog the yarn, use it for something else, whatever the scenario may be. This is a little series I'm doing on my channel very sporadically, where I revisit my crochet graveyard, see what the hell is going on in there, see if there's anything that I can refine, fix, make better, reuse the yarn, even just frog the yarn so I can use it for something else. And yeah, this is that. I'm revisiting my crochet graveyard. I'm gonna see if I can crochet myself a fun little top for the holiday I am literally about to go on. Also, hello, if you don't know me, my name is Rajan, aka Not Half Bad Crochet, and if you enjoy crochet content like vlogs, day in the lives and tutorials, then please be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and leave me a comment to let me know what you think. I also do have a playlist with my crochet graveyard videos on it, so if you are interested in seeing the other things that I have managed to save from the graveyard, then be sure to check out the playlist. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you'll probably recognize this top. So when I went to go see Megan Thee Stallion last year in July, I crocheted myself a fun little outfit. I have a whole vlog where I recorded the process. It was a very interesting ride, let's just say that. Lots of things went wrong. I didn't really know what I wanted to make, so I was just flipping and reversing every 5 minutes. I was just crocheting and not really thinking about like the bigger picture. One of the things that I kind of wanted to do was to create a little cord. So the piece that I was making was a cord, a skirt and a matching top. I ended up doing something completely different, like to what my original idea was. But along the way, I did try and basically make a top that was all of these little African flower hexagons, and I basically made the top. I made it really short. I also wasn't a fan of like the way that I kind of tessellated the hexagons together. The placement of the straps kind of like pulled the hexagons in like a very awkward angle, and so I knew that I would like a top like this. I just didn't have enough time at the time to, you know, figure out where I went wrong, and also like I just went a completely different direction. So I also have all of this because I was going to make a skirt, a matching skirt, and I have all of these hexagons as well. Yeah, I want to basically turn this into a fun little top for me to wear on my holiday. I kind of want to see if I can do it whilst on holiday and like whilst traveling, you know, weaving all the ends and stuff to wear on my holiday, because we're basically at the end of summer and I probably wouldn't necessarily wear this if I wasn't going on holiday. I could, you know, but like I want to make a fun little summery top to close off the summer crochet period. So I don't really know what kind of style I want. I've been thinking I want like maybe an asymmetrical strap sort of situation. I think they look really cute. I also don't own a top with like a one-sided strap or like a one shoulder kind of situation. I think that would look really nice. The way that I did this top is that I did a join as you go method for the hexagons. So I think I will probably need to start off by doing some frogging, where like I frog the straps that I did. Luckily I didn't weave in any ends, so like that makes my life a whole lot easier. Probably need to frog the straps and then start frogging like the way I joined it, because the way I've like tessellated the shapes, I want it to be like rotated basically, so that I can fit in like a flat version here, but I need like a flat edge rather than, you know, a point, if that makes sense. So yeah, I want to make a top. Not really sure where I'm going with it just yet. I have obviously a bunch of hexagons. I have basically a top. So I'm going to take this on the plane with me, and I will figure out what the hell I want to do. I also have definitely forgotten how to do a African flower hexagon, so I've downloaded the tutorial that I used from YouTube on the hexagon itself. I'm sure I'll pick it back up, but like if you were like, oh, how do you do it, I'd be like, I don't fucking know. I'm sure I could also look at the thing and figure it out, but obviously if I can download the tutorial, I'll just have that, and that's makes my life a lot easier. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can do it in under 7 days. I think it's achievable. You know, I've got like a whole 3-hour plane journey, and then I'll have like the evenings and stuff like on my holiday. Maybe if I'm like sat by the pool or at the beach or whatever. I reckon I can do it. I think it's possible. So yeah, I'm gonna pack this in my carry-on now. I will obviously keep you updated on how it goes.
friends, I come to you from bed. I will not be getting up. I have had a really bad headache and I'm feeling a little bit fragile. I also got a massage earlier and he like really cracked me like a glow stick, wrung me out like a towel. Like I'm low-key feeling a little bit bruised, but like in a way that I know is probably good for all of the knots in my body and the tension in my body, but also in a way where I'm now like Anyway, let me show you my progress on my top. Sorry if I flash you in the process. I am naked and I will not be putting clothes on, nor will I be getting up. But this is my progress on the top. It's not really looking like anything because I'm just rejoining a bunch of the hexagons. But I did some of it on the plane, and then I did a little bit of it on like the second night we were here. Today is the third night. How long have I been here? Today is, that's my second night, third night, fourth night. Oh, today's our fourth night. So we arrived on Saturday, today is Tuesday, and I've only crocheted like one other time since arriving. I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to get this done before the end of the holiday, I can't lie to you. Hopefully I won't get like more headaches, because I feel like my headaches have been like, basically I got another headache like when I was here, and then I got another headache tonight, and it's just been debilitating. Like it's actually like ruined my day and my plans. So hopefully I don't get another headache and I'll actually be able to work on it. But yeah, I've basically just been rejoining all of the hexagons, and what's good is that because obviously I had I was doing join as you go. This is like the old top. I was doing join as you go, so I just have to undo the final row. So I actually don't need to like redo any of the hexagons, which works out great. So yeah, I've just been redoing the shaping of it. This is going to be like the kind of bit that sits like in the center of my chest. This part will then turn into like the straps, and then basically I'm going to do some like half hexagons to kind of like fit in these little gaps, hello, the bottom and stuff. So I'm just kind of working on the body at the moment. I reckon I'm probably like halfway, I'd say, in terms of the joining. And yeah, I'm just kind of like tessellating them all together. I am still considering doing like a one-shouldered situation, but I think I'm just gonna do like the joining and get as far as I can in terms of the actual body of the piece, and then I can just refine it with the straps. I'm not 100% sure if I will have enough yarn to finish this. I think I will, because I've got like, so from the original top I've got four hexagons left, and then I had this bit, which I don't know why I connected them all like this. They're all just like in a really long like joined in the round. I think maybe I was gonna make a skirt. I actually can't fucking remember. But I also tried to frog this when I was on the plane. Very wild choice from me. I tried to start frogging it and I was like, what the fuck is happening? But I basically forgot that I did a row of single crochet at the top and at the bottom. So I was like, I will deal with that not on an aeroplane because I didn't want to do that. And then I realized that on the actual top that I did, I also did the same thing, but obviously by then I'd realized. Whereas I had attempted to start frogging it and I was like, what the hell? So I was like, I'll leave that for later. Anyway, yeah, so I think I should have enough hexagons. I've also got obviously like the little bit from the single crochets that I was doing in the balls, which should be okay for like the straps and stuff. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just kind of like going with the flow, really. Like if I finish it in time for my holiday, great. If not, then like I will survive. I have other clothes. I want to see if I can, you know, especially when I'm like actually doing stuff on holiday and like I don't have as much downtime because I'm hanging out with my partner and I'm like I'm doing a bit more stuff, you know, a bit more active on this holiday. But I've had a really nice holiday so far. You probably would have seen some of my vlogs from Vlogoween if you haven't already. Basically vlogged my entire Tunisia holiday, so if you want to see more about what I got up to and my thoughts and my feelings on like the hotel and the area and, you know, Tunisia in general and my experience, then be sure to check out those vlogs. I have a whole playlist dedicated to my Vlogoween vlogs, so you can find them very easily on my channel. But yeah, that's my update for now. Nothing crazy. I don't think like my updates aren't going to be particularly exciting because obviously I'm just like I'm just putting the hexagons together in a different formation, but I think it's looking really cute. I do really love how these hexagons look. I feel like an African flower granny square or hexagon or whatever, like in one solid color, just looks absolutely beautiful. It's like just such a timeless and like, oh, it's just, yeah, it's just really beautiful and detailed and like a really kind of like subtle motif, I think, but still very stunning, you know. I think, yeah, I really like it. I'm just going with the flow. I'm gonna see how much I can get done. I might also because me and my partner are going to be hanging out on the beach tomorrow, I might also take it to the beach with me, so crochet on the beach, which will be quite fun. So yeah, that's my update, and I'll catch up with you soon. It's so bright. Hi friends. So some time has passed. It is now cold, hence the snuggly jumper, and I was working on my Halloween crochet project in between like doing this as well. I have not touched this since I was on holiday. Since I gave you my last update, this has remained the exact same way. And it's funny because I literally stopped halfway through something. Like I was literally joining one of the hexagons to the rest of the thing, and I just stopped halfway, and then I haven't picked it up in like a month. It's been less than a month. It's probably coming up to like 3 weeks, so it's not been too long, but it has been, you know, a significant amount of time. I'm gonna join the actual panels together, well, not panels, but like, you know, join it up, and then I'm gonna I need to learn how to do the little like half hexagons to put in each of these gaps on the top and on the bottom, and then I'm gonna do like a trim for the straps and then a trim at the bottom as well. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually doing it now. I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it for reals. I think because it's obviously a bit chillier that I don't have much motivation to crochet myself a top, but I really don't want to leave this year not having done something with this yarn and with this top, because I know come summer next year I won't touch it for ages because I'll have so many other ideas. But yeah, I'm cracking on, I'm doing it, and I'll keep you posted. I absolutely love this. This is such a cute top, and I really wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do. It is currently like November, so it's very unlikely that I'm gonna get much wear out of this top for the rest of this year. I'm probably gonna end up wearing it like in spring and summer of next year, but I am really glad that I got it done, meaning that I don't have to kind of like wait for myself to crochet it and faff around doing it next year. It means that I have a cute little crochet top ready to go as soon as it gets warm next year. But I absolutely love this. I feel like it turned out so cute. I've just paired it with these jeans, which I think it looks really nice like this as an outfit, maybe like for spring, where it's still maybe a little bit chilly, but it's like sunny and it's kind of warm. So I actually don't own a one-shouldered asymmetrical top, and I was unsure how I was going to feel about like the way it looked on me. I really love strapless tops, and I have quite a few strapless tops, and I really like how they look on me. I just wasn't sure how I was going to feel about like the asymmetrical shoulder, but I think it looks really good on me. I also love the fact that I did it on the side where you can kind of see my tattoo, and I think it looks really cute. So I did end up making a couple of changes, so I don't know if you could really tell, but basically what I had done is that when I was kind of like tessellating, it's got my rabbit fur on it, but when I was kind of tessellating the shapes, I had basically done like a full hexagon in all of these spaces. So where there was kind of like a half hexagon currently, I had done a full one. So basically what I had to do was frog the entire like the joining that I had done of that hexagon, and then fill it, and then redo it, and then fill it with a half hexagon. Because partway through, I think particularly when I was kind of like about to work on straightening off the edges, I was a bit worried about how much yarn I had left, and I was kind of like, how the hell did I make a top for myself to begin with, or you know, the large majority of a top,
before, and how have I like nearly run out? And it's because I had basically done full hexagons in the spots where I didn't need or want full hexagons. So very glad that I obviously had enough yarn, because I was like, oh my god, this would be so frustrating if I would have to like use an additional yarn. The reason why I love the way that this looks is because of how the African flower hexagons look all in one color. I just think they look so, just look so like beautiful and chic. I just really love it. Not to say that I don't love it if you were to change color. I think they also look really cool that way, but I feel like particularly in this kind of like cream ivory color, which isn't really a color I gravitate towards or wear a lot, I just think it looks really, really nice. I did finish it off with a cute little picot border, and then obviously I added my strap. It was really weird kind of like looking at the piece, because obviously like there was just one area where it wasn't flush and it wasn't straight, so it just looked odd that this like one area was plonked on with like a full hexagon. It just looked really strange. But yeah, I really love the picot border. I like the fact that it kind of like went up the kind of swoop of the neckline there as well. And then the back is just a very simple strap. I was a bit unsure if I had done the strap too loose or too tight, but I actually think this is really perfect. I really love how this has turned out. I really am excited to wear this. I think it's going to look very cute with a bunch of like summery skirts and shorts and like maxi skirts and stuff that I have for the spring and summertime. Even just like with a pair of jeans, I think it's going to look really cute. I was thinking of like a way I could potentially style this for autumn and winter, but I just know I won't gravitate towards it. Like, I'm sure there is a way I could style it, maybe like over a long sleeve, or if I put a cardigan over it, I think that could look really cute. But I know myself, and I know I just won't gravitate towards it, especially where I have so many other like cozy crochet things that I could wear. And I feel like wearing a crochet top and then wearing a crochet cardigan over it is like, it's a bit much. I don't know, I've never actually done it before, so maybe it could look cute. I actually don't know. Let me actually test it. I've got one of my cardigans close by. So this is the waffling on cardigan, which could look cute, but like, is this too much? I mean, obviously it kind of covers the one-sided, you know, asymmetrical shoulder, but does this look cute or does this look crazy? Too much crochet? I don't know. I mean, this looks kind of nice. I don't hate this. I don't hate it. Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try wearing like a crochet top and a crochet cardigan, because I do have some other cardigans that I think could look nice with this top. Is this too much? Is this too much crochet? Who knows? Is there a limit? Does the limit exist? But yeah, this is kind of cute. But anyway, let me take this off. But yeah, I had a really good time crocheting this. Obviously, it's a bit of a shame that I couldn't get it crocheted like for my holiday, which was the whole kind of challenge that I set myself. I did in fact fail, but I am okay with failing because I still have a very cute top that I know I will absolutely wear as soon as it gets a little bit warmer. Honestly, if I didn't get as many headaches as I was getting on my holiday, maybe if I just felt like crocheting a little bit more, then I probably could have got it done. I really could have like forced myself to as well, but I was like, I'm on holiday, like I'm not gonna force myself to crochet something when I'm not like in the mood to. I also was just like really enjoying reading on the beach, and I was like, I don't want to crochet on the beach. But the top turned out really, really cute. Obviously the before from my crochet graveyard, it wasn't really a top, like it was just kind of like a mishmash of these hexagons. So I'm really glad I actually got to like utilize them. It didn't involve like a lot of actual crocheting. It was more just like me playing Tetris and like figuring out how I wanted them placed and what kind of top I wanted, and obviously the sizing and finishing it up, weaving in the ends, that sort of thing. So I'm really glad that I got to like utilize the hexagons in a new and fun way, and now I have a top that I will actually wear that is no longer sat in my crochet graveyard just collecting dust. I really want to kind of focus on my crochet graveyard a little bit more in the future and just like utilizing all of the scrap yarn I have. I've done like quite a few big projects this year and I have a lot of scraps left over. I've got a bunch of stuff in my crochet graveyard, so I really want to, yeah, I just want to utilize the things that I have a little bit more before I start buying anything new or start looking at anything new. So hopefully you will see more of these, you know, crochet graveyard flips a little bit more in the future. I am also considering doing a pattern for it, but I probably won't be like looking for testers or releasing the pattern until maybe like early next year. So be sure to follow me on my socials because I will obviously put out a testicle there. I will probably post about it on my community page, so be sure to subscribe to my channel. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me while I crocheted this really fun top. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave me a comment to let me know what you think, and of course subscribe to my channel if you want to see any of my future content. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will hopefully catch you on the next one.